Okay. An embarrassing display by the Yankees. 18-2 loss to the Dodgers. Not much to speak about. Not much to be highlights here. Okay. The only highlight is Aaron Judge went deep twice. He's got 22 bombs now. Okay. He also has 50 RBIs. So aside from that, the Dodgers teed off on Yankee pitchers. And to me, it almost looked like a lot of the Yankees pitchers, especially Adam Warner, might have been tipping pitches. No, I'm not worried. I don't get worried in May. The season is not over in May. I don't even entertain those talking points. Okay? It's okay to be pissed, Tiffany. Okay? And I don't really care. The Dodgers are not a full team. The Yankees aren't a full team right now. It's May. So people can say, of course they said Fire Boone. So many fair weather fans, they said, this is their excuse for everything. They were saying Fire Boone yesterday. Completely absolving Max Fried giving up 6 runs. Boone had nothing to do with that. Boone had nothing to do with Will Warren sucking up the place today either. Okay? 7 runs in an inning and a third. It's not Boone's fault. Okay? We don't know if they're going to sweep the Yankees, you've seen. Take it one game at a time. Okay? You know, but Will Warren, one in the third, 6 hits, 7 runs, and 57 pitches. Dreadful. He's 3-3 now. Brent Hedrick, 2/3 of an inning. Guys were floating him as a solution yesterday. He wasn't any better. 2 hits and 3 runs. Ian Hamilton and Devin Williams were the best pitchers here tonight. Ian Hamilton, 2 clean innings. Mark Leiter Jr., 2/3, 4 hits, 4 runs. Yuri De Los Santos contributed to that. 3 hits, no runs, but some of those were credited to Mark Leiter because he left him on base for Yuri De Los Santos to drive in. Devin Williams, 2/3, clean. Luke Weaver, an inning, gave up a home run. 1 hit, 1 run. And Pablo Reyes, get into the game. An inning, 5 hits, 3 runs. His ERA is 2,700. So, and the offense, again, Aaron Judge, 2 home runs in the game. That's it. All right. Why would you set to get them reps in? Because they haven't pitched in a few games. So to keep them active, and they didn't pitch that much. I mean, Devin Williams threw, and you're not going to overuse the other relievers either. Okay, Devin Williams threw 6 pitches, Luke Weaver 14, so they can't come back tomorrow. So, well, the Fire Boone narrative is so weak and pathetic. I don't even entertain it. Right? He's not to blame for the pitchers not doing what they were supposed to do. Okay? Not. No. But that's what people like to subscribe to. So, yeah, it was 18. Dodgers Judge 2 big home runs. He's got 21 now. I think he's got 50 ribbies too. So, Jonathan, what's happening, man? And it looks like the Knicks are about to get eliminated too. So, a bad day all around in New York sports. The Knicks right now are down 120. They're down by 20. 45 seconds to go. So the finals are going to be the Indiana Pacers versus Oklahoma City Thunder. No. The Knicks need another player. They need to get another big player. That's for sure. They're in the right direction, but they need another big player. No. I hear you, Beagle. 22. Yeah, that's cool. Well, you're right about the one that was stolen too. Yeah, it should be 22, but it's 21. Yeah. No, Yarborough apparently is starting tomorrow. Ryan Yarborough versus Yoshinobu Yamamoto. So. Ray Miller, the team doesn't suck. They're in first place. Yeah, salute, Chris Expo. What's up, brother? Expo. What's going on? Oh, rest in peace, Loretta Swift. If they get swept by the Dodgers, and what might be my reaction to it, they get swept by the Dodgers. I don't have overreactions in May. I'm not a fair weather fan. Okay? This is a long season. As far as I know, it's Ryan Yarborough that's pitching tomorrow against Yoshinobu Yamamoto. That's what they mentioned in the game tonight. Born on the hot seat? I doubt it. They're in first place. Doubt it. You just said they suck. Hmm. Well, I don't know anybody that's saying fire a team, but you got to hold players accountable. The firing the manager for players not doing their jobs is such a weak ass narrative that too many people peddle. Far too many people. It's unfortunate. Explain that they learned nothing from the past war. Explain that, CK. What does May have to do with the World Series last year? And what would have been your solution, CK? What would have taught them? Please enlighten us. He's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like a Dodger broadcast. I know. Giving fair weather fans so many more talking points to go with. You might as well just have John Smoltz on there every day. No. Yeah, they did. So what? It's over. Tomorrow's another day. Game's over. Can't change it now. But you're right, Chocolate. The entire team is responsible. Yeah. Aaron Judge brought it. The rest of the bats did not. A couple hits here and there, but the pitching. Completely choked? Nah, CK. I'm asking. I'm going to ask you again. You said they didn't learn. What would have learned? You're using your same talking points from the World Series last year. Okay. What would have taught them, and what should they have done? Suarez, maybe he just can't field. I have a feeling they need to get somebody who can hit and can field because we don't have that right now for third base. Dude, CK, another weak talking point. Nestor didn't cost them the World Series. Okay. Please elaborate for us. Educate us, CK. Not with talking points. Talking points do nothing in this channel. There are other channels for talking points. This isn't it. Third baseman who can field and can hit, Tiffany. You're 100% right. Man, don't get what Tiny pitched over the plate. That's, yeah. This dude can hit him. They were weak down the lineup. Yeah, and they are stronger this year. Down the lineup's different. And if for those that actually, do research and, they're leading or in the top three in almost every offensive category except for stolen bases. Muncy had a great day. Yeah. I mean, look, the Dodgers played a hell of a lot better than the Yankees yesterday and today. Our pitching did not do it. Oh, I know what you mean, Ray. I know what you mean. You're right. The manager cannot control how the team plays. You're absolutely right. This is going to be the most unsexy NBA Finals ever. It's almost the equivalent of the Texas Rangers versus the Diamondbacks. But two deserving teams. So they do need more production from the bottom lineup. Yep. They don't have as many holes as they did last year, obviously. If they did, they wouldn't be in first place right now. Even with the Rays playing like red hot right now. The Fireball narratives, yeah, it's just beyond weak. I agree with you, Ray. 100%, man. That's people's cop out, right? That's people's convenient response to stuff. Just fire boom, fire boom, fire boom. A lot of guys are missed. We need Stanton, Jazz, Cole, Hill. Well, they'll get an upgrade at second base shortly. Jazz Chisholm coming back in a few days, or third, wherever he plays. But I have a feeling they're going to look in. Well, they are. I know they are. They're looking in the second base and third base market. The second base market in trades is more plentiful. It's deeper than it's the third base market right now. So, depending on who they can get, that'll kind of determine whether Jazz stays at second or stays at third. So, we'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure, Jack, if Stroman will be in rotation. I'm not sure. I have a feeling it's going to be trade bait, Stroman. That's my guess. IKF is actually an upgrade of what you know. What's crazy? People want to get rid of IKF 2 years ago, and they wanted a Peraza to replace him. Now people want to get rid of Peraza and want to replace him with IKF. Not everybody do. Not everybody does, but he's an upgrade over anything we have here right now, and the front office loves him. No, Yankees, yeah, yeah. It depends on what Benji. It depends on what it would cost to get Evaldi, the prospect price and stuff. And depends on. And I would look into see him if you're going to trade with Texas. Look into DeGrom too. You got to see what the cost would be. Either one of them is a super highly paid pitcher. They make a lot of money. You but no, I would not trade for Gio Urshela. No, I think we need to go. We need to upgrade. We need to go better than Gio Urshela. Freddie Peralta. If you're talking about Peralta, yeah, he's a guy he's going to cost. He'll cost more than Evaldi, more than DeGrom, but he would be a guy to look into. Oh, I can imagine, Ken. I can imagine the play-by-play at that for this one. Yeah, Brian Hayes, Nicholas. He's a guy that's. But again, anything that's going to block George Lombard, I'm not in favor of. Depends on how much the Rangers would pay down his salary. You've seen it depends on what we'd have to, um, send them in terms of prospects. I bet. I don't think either one of them would be available in trades, Brandon. But yeah, I mean that's. What would you trade for Kyle Schwarber for what position? And Cal Raleigh for what position? I mean, any of those guys. I mean, Javi Baez, I would pass on, but I don't think the Tigers are going to trade anybody. They're going to add it. I think that's the team that frightens me the most. The Tigers. If the Brewers are out of contention, then they might trade Peralta, but the return is going to have to be, significant. DeGrom has beyond this year, he's at 2 more years, I think, at $37 million per year. So it's pretty hefty, Chocolate. It's pretty hefty. Maybe later in the season, I can see Spencer Jones, Benji being called up. Muncie, I'm not sure, Robert. What position would you play him at? Jason Costello, there he is. Yeah, it was tough. You're right about that. You're right about that. The bright spot was Judge with 2 home runs, and Devin Williams pitched well, and Ian Hamilton pitched well. Aside from that, nothing else. And the Knicks got eliminated too. So terrible. So let's get the likes up, everybody. 26 likes. We have almost 90 people in here. If you don't mind tapping that screen, I'm going to try to get the likes up as much as we possibly can. Yeah, DeGrom has a big contract, so they would have to. The Pirates are not trading Paul Skeens. Cedric Mullins. The problem with Mullins is there's no position for him here. Yankees don't need an outfielder. They need an infielder. No. Robert who for third? Schwarber I know doesn't play third. Who are you referring to for third base? Muncie? Are you referring to Muncie for third? I mean, I don't know. It depends on how much it would cost, in all honesty. Yeah, Marcel. It might give Cashman and Hal some insight into what they need to do to improve to catch up to these guys. So it really depends. And is Jazz coming back and Stanton coming back and Hill coming back going to be enough? Right. That's my question too. Donovan, I mean, I would trade for Donovan in a heartbeat, but I don't know if the Cardinals are going to trade him. He's been my number one pick for like 2 years. I've been talking about him for like 2 years. Ryan McMahon from the Rockies. I don't know if he's going to be available, but he's another guy I would consider. But we need a guy that's going to consistent. We need a guy that's going to be consistent with the bat and the glove, not one or the other, like we have now. Right. But that's my guess, Steve, because they're probably going to try to add all three: one reliever, one starter, and an infielder who hits righty. They're looking for a right-handed hitting infielder. I don't know if Brendan Donovan will be moved, but he's a guy I would go after. Free agent for second base for next year. Ha-Sung Kim. He signed with the Rays and he hasn't even played yet. He's coming off shoulder surgery. Brandon Lau, but I think he's got one more year left on his deal. McNeil, does he play third? I'm not sure. I mean, they might RTM. They might take what they have and just get the reinforcements, but I do think they're going to add pitching at least. And I'm sure you would, but the team, nobody's going to trade Cal Raleigh. They're not going to trade him. Why would they do that? Arias, yeah. I mean, like had the Yankees brought in Arias, I would have brought him. I would have put him at third base. That's what I would have done because of his moves, his Silver, man. If they got Donovan, I'd jump for joy. This shit, Elite pitchers, we don't know yet, Andrew. We don't know who's going to be available, and that's the problem right now with the extended playoffs. Less guys are going to be available. It's going to be a seller's market, so that means they're going to raise the price on guys that are available, right? Clemenza, thank you, brother. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you, Clemenza. Tomorrow's another day. Mauricio from the Mets. What position does he play? Mauricio from the Mets. I would imagine so. I mean, the price for Alcantara should be coming down. Yeah. He's got terrible defense from the when he pivots to his right, like up the middle when he's playing second base. That's why we're playing the third base because he can hug the line. He has better defense when he goes to the left hand side, so he could go for that ball and he wouldn't have to worry about it. If he hugs the line, then his range wouldn't be affected because the ball would just be foul at that point. So that's the only position I would have played Arias at. Yep. We'll see. We will see. And again, May is not October. Luis Garcia from the National. What position does he play? Are you damn right I would, Jack? Big Mac and Apple. I will wolf that down. The Yankees got Brendan Donovan. All right, 93 people in here now. Everybody smack that like button, please. Let's see if we can get 100 likes while we're in here. Luis Garcia plays second base. Okay. Fire Boone, the narrative is weak. Got to come up with something new. It's not his fault that he lost. It's not his fault Fried pitched poorly. It's not his fault Warren pitched poorly. No. Well, the Dodgers also have a $400 billion ownership group. So, and Boone isn't going anywhere. The Yankee, the Boone narrative is weak, dude. Really. Does he have 18 steals? That's nice. Well, exactly too, Cecilia. You're right. I mean, it's not October. You're 100% right. 100% right. You wish Pirates would move some of these guys because they're clearly not doing right by their players. Like, crazy. Crazy. Right. Whatever you say. Was Fried giving up 6 runs a bad boon decision? Nope. Was Warren giving up 7 today? Bad boon decision? Nope. So move on from the fire boon narrative, please. It's weak, man. I hope he's not going anywhere, Ramon. He's not going anywhere. Tim Anderson, heck no. He just got released by the Angels, too. Bichette, I don't know. I don't know. But I can't see him being moved at the deadline by the Blue Jays. We gotta get something back for him because I don't think they're gonna re-sign him after this year. They just gave Guerrero $500 million. So skiing should meow. That would be nice. Not anytime soon, though, Wink. No. Yeah. When he's a free agent, he'll be 26, I think. So. Yeah. No, Judge, no. Yeah. Come on. The fair weather fans will like that, Benji, for Jeter and Didi. Yeah. Fair weather fans just go talking points, narratives. They wait for someone else's talking points on Twitter, and then they bring it on channels, and it's just, most of these folks can't think for themselves. Lombard, honestly, Ross, I can't see Lombard coming up this year at all. He's not ready for the majors. The Dodgers got swept by the Angels last week. I think the A's might have won 2 out of 3 against them, but I'm not sure if they swept them, Pasty. Could be wrong on that one, though. They are looking at trade Stroman, and like now I'm hearing that and he threw live batting practice today at Dodger Stadium. So now that it's almost all but a certainty that his option for 2026 does not be picked up, then teams are going to they're expressing more interest in trading for him now. Now they won't have to pay him that much money in 2026. He'll be a more attractive trade option. So his trade value just went up at the deadline. They did. But who would take him? I don't know. Well, a team that needs another arm for a playoff run or something like that. Yeah. Kike, yeah. Yeah. I don't pay those guys any mind, Ramon. But I hear what you're saying, dude. Huh. Rockies. Chandler Sensi, did he get sent down? Wow. Okay. Who has $15 million next year, and then his contract's up, and then whatever's left this year, but he's still getting $15 million. So, yep. When did he get sent down? Chandler Simpson from Tampa Bay, huh? He's considered the fastest guy in all of baseball. So, and I mean, he showed his speed when the Yankees played the Rays. He's freaking fast. Oh. He's a bad defender. Well, he wasn't that great a defender when the Yankees played them. So, yeah. Dude having options, I could see it. And it seemed to me like the Rays are on fire right now. So, they can send him down, let him develop and get better and come back up. So, they do a good job at roster management, the Rays. And it's easier to manage roster like that when you don't have highly paid players up here. And who's a highly paid player in the Rays? I can't even think of one. You know. I doubt Judge said that. We'll see. If he actually said that, that would probably go viral. That would probably go viral. Judge. We'll see. The Tigers are going to be very rough. And they're going to add at the deadline. They will add at the deadline to what they have now. Caballero. Cease's heart. Yeah, like I would only bring Sonny Gray back if they're going to let him be Sonny Gray. The last time they brought him here, Larry Rothschild, who was the pitching coach then, tried to change the entire way he pitched. That's why it didn't work, and he wasn't good here. You know, what the hell's the point of bringing him in here? And he was so great, and then trying to change him. For what reason? You could have let him be Sonny Gray. He would have been fine here. Right? Bernie Williams was the first player to be on the cover of a baseball video game twice. I did not know that, Jack. That's a good one. Peraza, I can see moved at the deadline. Bryce is not going anywhere. Yeah, I don't think Matt Blake would try to change Sonny Gray. But I'm not sure the Cardinals are going to trade him or not. Whatever you say, CK. You know, there's no guarantee the Dodgers are going to win the World Series either. They have to get there first. Yeah. Freeman all right. Freeman is like a doubles machine, Robert. And you're right about that. Dumpster diving. Exactly, Stephen B. Tell him like it is, bro. Tell him like it is. Yeah. NFE, bro. You still in here, brother? My man NFE was in here a few minutes ago from the strike zone. Jason Custodio was in here also. You guys are in here. Shout out to you guys. Make sure you subscribe to Jason Custodio. Make sure you subscribe to the strike zone. No. Well, exactly, Beagle. Got to shake it off and move on. Nothing you can do now. Can't change it. Can't change it. People can complain about it all night. Go right ahead. Go right ahead, guys. Big Ken, there he is. And you gotta, if you're not subscribed to the Ken and the Ugly Truth too, make sure you subscribe to the Ugly Truth too. If you just want straight up, no holds barred talk without the bull crap talking points, you want to subscribe to the Ugly Truth. Please do, gang. Sweeping the Angels. Yeah, exactly. It does only count for one loss. Yeah, exactly. The Yankees, yeah, they are looking right now. They're actively looking aggressively for a right-handed hitting infielder. But I don't know. Scherzer, I'm a hard pass on, especially with the money he's making. Oh. Female Reyes. They are actually. They're trying to add. They're trying to add a right-handed bat who plays mostly third base. Now we don't know who that's going to be. Could be Nolan Arenado for all we know. I don't know. I wouldn't bring in Mad Max. Yeah, Rays. I think Mad Max is over. Yeah, he's for the price. He's beyond. He's past his prime. Oh. Yeah, this is. I like this team too, Ross. And again, the '98 team had crappy wins too, and the 2019 had crappy wins. I mean, sorry, crappy losses, not crappy wins. Yeah. Rays from the Astros. Yeah. No, Juan DeFranco's. The Rays still have to pay Juan. There was no provisional clause in the contract, as far as I know, that precluded the Rays from paying his contract. He's still on the payroll, which is awful, awful. You know, D-Rob's available right now. You know, it depends on how much Texas is willing to pay down for DeGrom and what you'd have to give up for him in terms of prospects. Otherwise, it's not worth it. $37 million a year is way too much. Well, that's the key. See, this is what this Ken's just speaking the truth here, man. There's no help out right now that could be an impact player third. Yeah, I mean the second I seen this early, like the second base market right now, at the trade deadline is deeper than the third base market right now, unless someone else becomes available later that's not available now that we don't know about. So, but right now the Yankees are being aggressive and trying to plug in that hole and bring in somebody who hits righty. But they operate behind the scenes, so we don't know. Pretty much all we have is people's talking points and narratives. So, which I generally don't peddle here. So, I'd rather wait until the Yankees actually either do something or we hear from the Yankees. So, yeah, the guy wins brother, Alexis Diaz. Well, I mean, their bullpen is beat up too, so I'm not surprised. And I'm sure they'll turn him around too. Nico Horner, yeah, would he be available? I don't know. And the Cubs, let's see where the Cubs are at. Let's go to the baseball standings here. MLB standings, National League. The Cubs are in first place right now, so I doubt that's going to happen. 3 games up, 14 games over 500. Yeah, well, the problem, I mean, with Devers' talent, but he wouldn't be a fit here, Rafael Devers. With that attitude and the way he's kind of doing him dirty over there, I wouldn't want that guy over here. He can hit, no doubt about it, but he would disrupt the team chemistry here. I definitely would pass on him. But he's a great hitter, Devers. We'll see, Jake. What are they missing? You don't think they can move the team they have now? Then what are they missing? What do they need to add? Connor Norby from Miami. Yeah, I had on Jason Custodio and Ace Avenue a couple days ago, and they were talking about Connor Norby as an option. I would look at Andrew Nardi too from the Marlins. Yeah, I mean, like, what relievers could we flip to get in? Like, the Phillies need relievers. Can we flip a couple of relievers to Philly for Alec Bohm? And which relievers would you have to flip? I'm not trading Devin Williams to Philly, but are there other guys that we could flip over there for Alec Bohm? Framber Valdez from Houston. He's another guy that's an option too. Yeah, he's an option too. Well, exactly, Ken. Tomorrow's another day, man. I'm already done. I'm already over it. Nothing we can do to change it. Ownership's fault for what situation? The first baseman went down for the season. They asked him if he'd be willing to move to first base, and he said no. The guy's the highest paid player on the team. What's wrong with him stepping up and being flexible? What's wrong with that? Illmatic, what's happening? What's going on? I agree, Chocolate. I do think Judge will get a chip while he's here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's the thing. What third baseman? I don't think Muncy's going to get traded by the Dodgers. I'd be surprised. I don't know if Yandy Diaz is going to be available either with the Rays in second place now. I'm not sure they're going to move him. Caskets, yeah, is an awful night tonight. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Devers is a great hitter, but I don't want that fit here. We turn off a lot of players. Yeah. Why is it going to be terrible with Yarborough? Devers is not going anywhere. Or Devers from the Marlins? Who's Devers from the Marlins? Devers from the Marlins. Well, exactly, too. Yeah, Boston's not going to send their best hitter to the Yankees. I'd be shocked if they did that. And you can guarantee that, nothing, no chance he wins as a Yankee. Front office at team building. Yeah, with the exception of what, 1 year they've been in the playoffs every year in the last 25 years, but two. Yeah, it's a really terrible job at team building. Yeah. But I forgot it was that easy to win a World Series. They said they were looking at him. They didn't say officially that Jazz were going to play third base when he came back. Would I be surprised? No. Yarborough can go to the pen once he'll come. Yeah, that could be. That could be. I think it depends on who they can bring in. Does the if they bring in somebody at third and with Jazz at second, does it a better mesh than bringing somebody at second and having Jazz at third? I really think it depends on who they can bring in here. Because Jazz is interchangeable; he can play either position. So who they bring in, I think it's going to be the key. Oh, nice, Stephen B. Nice. Yeah, they do expect to be like 1998 every year. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 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 Robert. They're still in first place. Yankees still in first place. Yeah, yeah, this does happen. Good teams do lose to good teams. Right? They do lose to good teams. Hmm. Well, also, Mac, our pitching didn't do the job. Right? Our pitching did not do the job. I wonder if the Nationals would trade some of their young players, or they want to continue to grow and develop. I'm curious about the Nationals. They have a nice young nucleus over there. Um, I would start Cole hates who, Tiffany? Who does Cole hate? I would catch Ben Rice once per week. Once per week. Just to kind of move him in there a little bit. Kittredge and Sir Anthony. Maybe Joseph. Yeah, he could be. Yeah. The Dodgers have a robust scouting department. Yeah, Trevor Bauer is a hard pass. He's so far past his prime, and he would not be a fit here. But I would play Ben Rice more too. Yeah. Finnegan is another good option. Yeah. Tiffany? Who does Cole? Who do you say Cole hates him? That I think I might have missed. I want to see who Cole hates. Yeah. Yeah. 70 people, 55. And the likes are getting slowly getting up. Anybody who hasn't hit that thumbs up, please hit that thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. Robertson's a free agent, so he just costs money. Finnegan costs prospects. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Nationals move Finnegan either. Ken, I would not be surprised, my man. And one of the good things about Robertson is he's very good at. He's got a very good control, very good strikes. And keep in mind, though, bringing him in now, just like JD Martinez, these guys would need a warm up period. They need their own spring, so they wouldn't be ready. You sign them today, they won't be ready until July at least. No. Calls like Bauer, yeah, we know that. There's a lot of people who don't like Trevor Bauer, unfortunately. So, but again, he's so far past his prime. Trevor Bauer. Well, Ben Rice. The problem with Ben Rice isn't hit righty. They're looking for another righty bat. But in all honesty, you could play. You could catch Ben Rice once a week. You can play him first once a week. DH him once a week. Like you can get him, 4 to 5 games per week on a regular basis. If you just rotate him a little bit, which I think would be a good idea because you'll give some of these guys a day off. And just because when Stanton comes back, that doesn't mean play him every single day. Got to rotate him in too. No. Cleveland, yeah. Yeah. Probably Ilmatic too, and most likely trade next year's free. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be hard to trade guys with controllable years because of the price that's going to be attached to it. Jesus Rodriguez, I mean, I would give him a shot at third base. I don't really see the need to catch him. But if you're, because what are they going to do? Send down a scar? I don't know if they're going to do that. You can bring up Jesus Rodriguez. You send out Pablo Reyes or send out Oswald Peraza. You don't send out a scar. Yeah, Hill coming back is going to help in getting bullpen. Yeah. I doubt he pitches in the World Baseball Classic. I'd be surprised. Yeah, Mullins. And again, like this, he wouldn't have a position here, Cedric Mullins. I mean, I would watch out for teams like the Braves and the Phillies for Cedric Mullins. Yeah. And DeGrom is kind of back to his DeGrom self. He's really good again. Mm-hmm. I don't sleep on anybody right now. And it's ridiculous to sleep on teams in May right now. Just like it's ridiculous to rule the Yankees out, saying the season's over and they got one thing in May. It's absolutely ridiculous. Do I think this would be an option for Dominguez, Daniel? What option for Dominguez? What are you asking? Oh, for switching? Yeah, I do think, Dominguez is much better from the lefty side. It might make sense to have him stop having him switch hitting. I would, he's so much better on the lefty side than he's the righty side. Corbin, exactly. Every team does go through this. You're 100% right. Even the best teams. Even the 98 Yankees went through this. Greatest team ever. And Joseph, I do agree. I mean, IKF, I don't know about Australia, but they'll be tempted. The front office loves IKF. That I do know. So, yeah, I mean, it might be worth entertaining, Daniel. I don't think Urshela is an option. I think IKF is an option they're probably going to consider quietly. But I think they're gonna try and upgrade as much as they possibly can over IKF. Who that becomes, I don't know. But I know the Yankees are trying to make some of these moves before the deadline, like they did last year with Jazz. It almost looked like the Yankees were tipping pitches today, Wink. It almost looked like they were tipping pitches, so they may have been stealing. And they're not gonna, I'm not gonna admit to that. They're gonna take advantage of it. Dominguez has shocked you. What do you mean? Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Ross? I can't have a short. Yeah, I wouldn't bring that for shortstop. Bauer, yeah. Oh yeah. 17-year-old Korean two-way player. The Rangers are signed. I did not see that. Bypassing the KBO drafts. Interesting. Perez, you talking about Yuri Perez? I think he's coming back from Tommy. He had Tommy John. I don't know if he's working his way back yet. There you go. Appreciate you, man. No, it's all good, Tiffany. Yeah, I mean, Bauer, he's so far past his prime. Doesn't make any sense to bring him in here. Any college games? No, I mean I listen in on some of them, Andrew. I'm fascinated with this girl from Tennessee softball. She's like has the fastest pitch ever. Now she's pretty much at 80 miles an hour underhanded, which is crazy. Schmidt, I don't see Schmidt getting traded. No, unless they're bringing in somebody like Donovan. But I don't see Schmidt getting traded. Why would they trade him anyway? But Dominguez has some speed, Ross. Yeah, he's got some speed. You're right about that. Or Cease, I can't see Cease getting traded either. I can't see the Padres trading one of their starters that has been instrumental to them staying in contention in the NL West. But you never know what happens in the playoffs. Teams get cold, teams get hot. So, yeah, I would be shocked, Silver, because he'd be forfeiting the rest of his money. If you retire, then you're forfeiting all that money. It would definitely open up money and a spot. That's the only way the Yankees would be freed of his money. Third for the Cubs. I think Isaac Paredes. No, he get traded to the Astros, right? Trade to the Astros for Kyle Tucker. I don't know. I think if the Yankees, if anybody from Arizona gets traded, it'd be Merrill Kelly. He's the guy I would probably go after anyway. He's a performer in October, and he'll cost less than Zach Allen. Jameson Taillon, I don't think the Yankees would get him. I don't think they will bring him back. I'm not sure the Cubs would trade him. I think the Cubs are going to try to add. Yeah. Suarez might be hot. I mean, he might be a guy that they look into. Might be. I don't know. I mean, he can hit, but he can't field. That's the problem. So I know the Yankees are looking for both. The guy that can hit and field. So, not yet mock drafts, Andrew. I'm working on them now. It's still a little early, but I'm working on the mock drafts. I will be doing them soon, Andrew. Nestor Cortez, I don't think they need. I like Nestor Cortez, but I don't think they need him. They're going to bring in somebody that's probably going to be a power one. They already have 2 lefty starters too, so they're their 2 best starters on the team right now. No, Merck, I get you, man. Well, DeGrom, yeah, exactly. DeGrom is on some serious money. Serious money. Exactly, Ken. Steven Matz, yes. He's another guy that I know some folks have been talking about him as well. I don't know. I don't know who the Yankees are going to pursue, honestly, for pitching. Somebody's not going to cost a boatload of money, but you never know. People have been pushing for Peralta, but that's going to cost you. You're going to have to give up somebody like Spencer Jones for him. Especially since he has another year of control, too. So, yeah. Chad Green. It's real, man. Yeah, I think I think they would bring somebody out that's never been here before. I think. It happens, Mark. Yankees are looking for a starter winter time. Yeah, 1 starter. I think 1 reliever and a right-handed bat. Miles from the car. Miles Mikolas. I don't know who they're looking at. I mean, I'm not sure what they're looking for. Depends on how much he would cost, Ken, because he's on $25 million year contract. Would Texas eat some of the money, and who would the Yankees have to give up for a Nathan Eovaldi, Ken? Who would you give up for him? Joseph's putting his foot down on Donovan. Kikuchi. Yeah, I'm not sure the Angels are going to trade him. But in all honesty, I like Kikuchi, but I'm not sure the Angels are going to trade him. They did just sign Evaldi, 3 years, I think, $25 million per. Yeah. Kikuchi is actually not that bad. Yeah, Mason Miller did fall off. Something. I mean, yeah, if Yankees can bring in Mason Miller, shit, I'll take him. He's got controllable years too. Maybe his price is going to fall. I don't know. But that's the type of like stealthy trade. But I'm not sure the A's would give him up. With all of his controllable years and his price. Like, I don't know. I'd be shocked if the Yankees can get Mason Miller. No. But I think Jazz definitely needs to kind of use his weapons more, which was athleticism and speed. I'd be hitting the ball into the gaps, try to leg out a lot of doubles. On occasion, he'll get home runs. He's already has 7 this year before he got hurt. So, yeah, I mean, maybe. One thing, yeah. And Texas does have good pitching. Luis Castillo from Seattle, I mean, he's expensive too, just like Evaldi. Seattle will have to eat some money. It depends on what Seattle would want in return. I mean, I think this is going to really depend on what teams are going to want in return. Like, I'm not giving Spencer Jones up for a guy in his mid-30s pitching. There's no way. I think Jazz will bring in, Jazz will bring a dynamic here, a new dynamic. Jacob Wilson. Who are you gonna give up for him? There's no way in the world they're gonna give up. The A's are gonna want, like a Volpe for Wilson trade. The A's are never gonna go for that. Well, Verlander's an interesting one, but the Giants are actually playing fairly well. So I'm not sure the Giants are gonna. I think the Giants are going to try to add. I think the teams in NL West are going to try to add as much as they possibly can, thinking that they can compete with the Dodgers. I don't know. It's going to be this trade deadline is going to be really expensive and really, really interesting. That's also going to be really expensive too for acquiring teams. We'll see. But let me let you all go, folks. Go enjoy the rest of your night. Let's just lick our wounds. Tomorrow's another day. So you're probably right too, Ken. Seattle would probably want a major league ready bat. I'm not sure I'm willing to give up Ben Rice for Luis Castillo. I'm not sure I'm willing to do that. At least me. But this coffee, I have not heard anything, Jack. Nothing. I have not. I'll look into it, see if I can find out something for tomorrow. So, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. But, gang, go have a great night. All right? And peace and love to all. Hit the like button on the way out. Tomorrow's another day. We got to try to stop the Dodgers from trying to sweep us tomorrow. Got to get after Yamamoto. Be patient. Don't swing at those nasty off-speed pitches, which are hardly ever strikes. Because he exposed the Yankees' bats last year for that. Hopefully the Yankees will learn that lesson. Right? So, but I agree, Ken, 100%. But, gang, peace and love to all of you. See you tomorrow.